Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesh Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Brajavadhu Vargena Vakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Kumar Thomaha Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatra Dharana Paraha Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunayavatirna Kalo Samarpayito Munnato Jvalarasam Swabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Dyuti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Vashashi Nandana Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jagat Mangala Advaita Mangala Gunadham Mangala Charitra Sada Mangala Jarana.
Hare Krishna, we welcome all of our YouTube live listeners, our listeners over Facebook Live, and our dear listeners over Zoom. Welcome to all of you to this day 38 of Sri Gauramrita. We would like to first congratulate and encourage and announce the names of the devotees who participated in the quiz session from yesterday. And we are so grateful that we have some new participants today. So we are very grateful to Hari Prasad Prabhu, to Mother Flavier, to Brinda Gopika Mataji, Harini Sevika Mataji, to Radha Mataji, and to dearest Kirti and Ranjani Gopika Mataji. So thank you to all of you for participating in the quiz session from yesterday. Thank you.
So today in session 38, we will continue to describe the transcendental treasure trove of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's youthful devotional pastimes, the ecstasy of Mother Ganga. We had discussed this one time earlier as well. And a very beautiful dream. This was when it was Nimai Pandit. That's when we had discussed about Ganga, Mother Ganga. But now he is Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Let's see how Mother Ganga reacts to this transformation. Then we discuss about a very beautiful dream of Sri Advaita Acharya. How the Lord, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how he serves his beloved devotees. And then the conflicting emotions of Lord Gauranga, how Mother Saci is perplexed seeing her son's condition, how Srivas Thakur visits the Lord and relieves Mother Saci's anxiety. And then we will conclude today's session by describing the Phala Stuti, the benefits we receive by listening to these transcendental pastimes of Sri Gaura Hari.
And today is also a very, very special day. It is Dwadashi, Govinda Dwadashi it is called. And it's a very special day because it is on this day that it marks the disappearance day of Srila Madhavendra Puripad. So we will say a little bit talk a little bit about the grand spiritual master of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Srila Madhavendra Puri, and some of the esoteric pastimes of Srila Madhavendra Puri.
So in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Leela, chapter 1, Srila Vrindavan Thakur describes this ecstasy of Mother Ganga, how she could not contain the joy that she was experiencing by the Lord's presence in her waters. Her waters were swirling and sending out dancing waves of ecstasy. And she was dancing with joy, just wanted to serve those lotus feet that is even desired by Ananta Shesh and all the different devatas and demigods. And her many thousands of waves were washing the lotus feet of the Lord, finishing the bath in Mother Ganga. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord returned home and the students went back to their respective homes. Then he changed his clothes, washed his lotus feet, and offered water to Tulasi plant. He performed his daily worship to Lord Govinda and then came to take his meal. Mother Saci brought his plate with rice, Tulasi Manjari on top because of the offering, and all the other preparations that were there. And the Lord of the entire universe began taking his meal. We can learn from how the Lord is actually performing his daily routine. Before Prasad, he is chanting, he's worshipping Lord Govinda, chanting his Gayatri, chanting the holy names. In fact, Srila Prabhupada said his father, Gaur Mohan Dey, he would chant 16 rounds every day. And how he would chant? After waking up, he would chant 4 rounds. Then he tied his chanting to his eating, because we never stop eating, we never miss our eating. But then he had said, before I eat any meal, I will chant 4 rounds, and then I will eat my meal. So then after waking up, he would chant. Before breakfast, he would chant 4 rounds. Before lunch, he would chant 4 rounds. And before dinner, he would chant 4 rounds. And if there is something remaining, he would chant before taking rest. So he had timed his chanting in accordance with his daily routine activities, which we never miss. And similarly, Lord Gauranga, before he came for honoring Prasad, he purified his mind. I mean, his mind is always pure, but he kind of absorbed his mind into the glories of the holy name of the Lord.
And thus giving us the example, teaching all of us by example of himself, that how we should lead our life also in following in the footsteps of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
And then Mother Saci, she sat in front of the Lord as he ate, and Vishnu Priya, the goddess of fortune, remained inside, unseen, and she was just peeping and looking at the Lord, how he is eating different preparations. Did he like certain preparations? Can something be improved? Always trying to improve her service in as many ways as possible. Then in Madhya Leela chapter 2, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur describes very, very beautiful dream of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, who heard these different comments from the Vaishnavas about the ecstatic trance of the Lord, what they saw in Shuklambar Brahmachari's house the previous day. Everything the Vaishnavas related to the leader of the Vaishnavas, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. And he was extremely pleased. He was so overcome with joy. He spoke to the Vaishnavas, my dear devotee brothers, I also wish to reveal something to you. I had a dream. The dream speech, which is very much famous in America as the speech that was given by Martin Luther King. I have a dream. And here also, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu starts, I had a dream last night, which I wish to reveal to all of you. I was feeling very sad, very dejected, and I was fasting because I could not understand the text of Bhagavad Gita. But sometime during the night, in my dream, a person came to me in my dream and said, wake up, Acharya, take your food immediately. I will reveal to you the Bhagavad Gita text. But first, You must rise and eat, then worship me. Discard this melancholy from your heart, for your austerities, your vows have finally reaped a full harvest. All of this fasting that you've done, the worship, your endless crying to the Lord, Krishna, Krishna, and then the vow that you made with lifted hands for the advent of the Lord, all of that has come to fruition. This is what this person told me in the dream. In fact, that person said, your desire that the chanting of Lord Krishna's holy name may constantly reverberate in every country, every town, every village will come to fruition, will come to pass. In fact, by your mercy, Advaita Acharya, everyone will be able to see how the devotional ecstasy in Srivas Pandit's house is rarely achieved by Lord Brahma. So now I will take your leave, this personality said, but first you must eat. I will appear again to you in the future. Advaita Acharya, he said, I opened my eyes, I just woke up. Then I saw our Lord Vishwambhar. But within moments, he just vanished from my sight. I just cannot understand these mysterious ways of Lord Krishna, how he acts, to whom he reveals, what secrets he reveals. We just don't know. And you know what? Vishwambhar, who is now Sri Krishna Chaitanya, his elder brother Vishwarup, he used to come to my house and discuss Bhagavad Gita. At that time, Vishwambhar was little, a most exquisite child, very, very charming to look at. I have seen. He would come to my house and he would call his brother. How would I know that this same sweet boy who was so charming and attracting everyone's hearts is our Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya? That little child, Vishwambhar, he captivated my entire being with his extraordinary beauty, and I would never understand why. Why is this happening to me? But I would spontaneously bless him. May you develop pure devotion to the Lord. And this child, he hailed from a very illustrious family of great scholars. Do you know his maternal grandfather? The great Sri Nilambar Chakravarti. And Vishwambhar, who is our Lord, now that we understand, is a great scholar. It is natural that he would become attached to Lord Krishna. Extremely pleasing to hear all these wonderful activities of Vishwambhar. So please, all of you Vaishnavas, the blessings of Vaishnavas never goes vain. Please bless him that he may develop the purest and highest devotional moods. And then Advaita Acharya, he just roared jubilantly, and all the devotees just joined in with him. Hari, 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 Hari. Someone said, my Pandit has now become such a great devotee. He will definitely propagate the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. He will increase our joy. And then the devotees offered obeisances to Advaita Acharya Prabhu. They left in great ecstasy, chanting the holy name of Lord Hari.
Hari, Hari. So today being the most auspicious disappearance day of Srila Madhavendra Puripad, who is the spiritual master of Srila Advaita Acharya. So now that we discussed the beautiful dream, Advaita Acharya Prabhu gave us access to his dream. Such great fortune. These internal emotions, these moods of these great personalities is not an ordinary thing to understand, is not even an ordinary thing to even hear. But all of us are so blessed, so blessed. I remember one time, my mother and myself, we were in Atlanta, in New Panihati town. And we were speaking with Srila Jayapataka Maharaj regarding, Jayapataka Maharaj was telling me what he wants to have for lunch. And then suddenly he told us, last night I had a dream, that very nice dream it was. I am in Mayapur, that I dreamt that I'm in Mayapur. And it's raining very heavily. It's raining very heavily. And suddenly the clouds just disappear. And then the smiling face of Lord Gauranga is there. He's smiling at me. And I'm running towards Lord Gauranga. But then I realized that, oh, I'm on my wheelchair, but I cannot run. How am I running? So then Jayapataka Maharaj was relating his dream to us. And we just felt so wonderful that he was revealing his inner mood. The Acharyas, when they reveal their mood, when they reveal their dream, it's such a special blessing that they are giving us access to their internal mood, to their internal consciousness. It is so special, so special. So this dream reminded me of that dream. So I just wanted to share with all of you. And also today is a very, very special day. It's Govinda Dwadashi, the most auspicious disappearance day of Srila Madhavendra Puri Pad. And Srila Madhavendra Puri is the glorious spiritual master of Srila Advaita Acharya Prabhu and the grand spiritual master of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this special day, Advaita Acharya Prabhu celebrates very, 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 very wonderfully. He celebrates. So let us hear some of the glories of Srila Madhavendra Puri Pad.
Srila Madhavendra Puri, he was the grand spiritual master of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the spiritual master of Ishvara Puri, and he was living in Vrindavan, just a very simple mendicant, always immersed in the holy names of Lord Govinda. Then one day, a little boy came and said that, here, take some buttermilk. And this Madhavendra Puri, he looked at the boy. He was so captivated by this little boy. And he would say, Idhar aao, Lala, idhar aao, come here, come here. Who are you? Where are you from? He said, I'm the son of a cowherd boy here. I'm a cowherd boy. I've come with the cows, so here, take some buttermilk. How did you know that I was thirsty and I was looking for buttermilk? Oh, I know everything. Don't worry. And then he just left. And Madhavendra Puri was just, who's this? The Vrajbasis are so beautiful, so wonderful. And then he took the buttermilk and he slept. And then later it was revealed that that boy was Gopal himself, who had come to offer this buttermilk. And then he told him that actually there is this deity of Srinathji, which is there in Vrindavan. And in the dream, Gopal told him where to find this deity of Srinathji, which was originally installed by Vajranath, the great grandson of Krishna, in Vrindavan. But then later it was buried, it got buried somewhere. But Gopal revealed to Madhavendra Puri almost 4,000 years, 4,500 years later, that this is where is the deity, original deity of Srinathji. So Madhavendra Puri arranged for the deity of Srinathji to be revived, and there they found exactly whatever came in his dream. And this deity of Srinathji was then installed in a temple on top of the Govardhan hill. Generally, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would never walk or step on Govardhan hill. So we never walk or step on Govardhan hill. But the Brajbasis, they do. And this temple of Srinathji was actually above on the top of the hill. Then recently, with the advent of the Mughals, they came and they came to Vrindavan. They started destroying all the deities. So that's when the devotees of Vrindavan, they took Srinathji's deity and sent it to Nathdwara in Rajasthan, because there were the Rajput kings there who would protect the Vedic culture. And so they said, we will worship. Even similarly, Sri Sri Radha Govinda, Radha Madan Mohan, they were also sent to Rajasthan. In the same way, Jaipur, Karoli, and Srinath Ji was sent. Little Gopal lifting Govardhan Hill on top of his hand was sent to Nathdwara. And so now Nathdwara is very famous, but Srinath Ji was discovered by Srila Madhavendra Puri Ki Jai. And then when he was discovered and he was installed, Srinath Ji came into his dream and said that I feel very hot here. It was a summer season. Vrindavan is very hot. I need sandalwood paste to cover myself. So then, sandalwood paste. Where do I find sandalwood paste? There is no market for sandalwood paste in Vrindavan.
So then Madhavendra Puri, he said, okay, the best place to get sandalwood paste is from the Niladri hills, Malaya Parvat. I will go there and I will get Malaya Chandan. That's the best kind of sandalwood. So I will go there. So Madhavendra Puri, at that old age, he walked from Vrindavan. He was coming all the way to Orissa. And when he came, he stopped.
There were no cars, no planes, no trains.
He was just walking. And then on his way to Jagannath Puri, he stopped at this little village called Remuna. And that particular village was very famous for Gopinath. And Madhavendra Puri stayed the night over there in Gopinath's temple. And he saw that the pujaris there were offering very nice kheer to Gopinath. Kheer is not sweet rice, but it is just condensed milk which is condensed. That is called kheer. So this kheer prasad, condensed milk prasad, was very, very tasty, very delicious. And it was known all over the town. It was known about Gopinath's kheer prasad. So then Madhavendra Puri, when the pujari came in with this kheer, Madhavendra Puri had heard, and hearing about that, Madhavendra Puri just thought, oh, I wish I could have a little taste of this kheer. So when I go back to Vrindavan, I can make for my Gopal. But then immediately Madhavendra Puri said, no. What is this I'm thinking? How can I think of tasting something before Gopinath has eaten? How bad of me, how horrible of me. So then Madhavendra Puri just, went away from the temple. And then the pujaris emptied out the prasad and everything. And Madhavendra Puri was also not there. But then in the dream, in the night, Gopinath came to the pujari and said, my dear pujari, please go and find Madhavendra Puri, because I have stolen one pot of kheer for Madhavendra Puri because he wanted to taste it. So for my dear devotee, I have stolen one pot of kheer. It is right there just behind me on my altar. Please come inside the altar now and take it. It was midnight. So then the pujari just opened the door, and right there he found one small pot of kheer, of this prasad that Gopinath had stolen. So then this pujari, he took that kheer and he started shouting out, Madhavendra Puri, where are you? Where are you? And then Madhavendra Puri came, yes, I'm here. And then he said, please take this kheer. Gopinath stole this kheer for you. You please take this kheer. So then Madhavendra Puri, with great relish, he was tasting the kheer. It was pure nectar, so tasty, so delicious. So then Madhavendra Puri was so happy to receive this, but then Madhavendra Puri would not stay in Ramuna. He left very early in the morning. He left from Ramuna, went away from Ramuna, because the word started spreading that Gopinath had stolen kheer for Madhavendra Puri. And from the very next day, Gopinath became famously known as Kheer Chor Gopinath, the Gopinath who stole kheer for his dear devotee Madhavendra Puri. Now, why did Madhavendra Puri leave from Ramuna without staying back?
Because he started becoming famous. And everyone would, whenever he would walk in the streets of Ramuna, devotees and ordinary people would just come up to him. Oh, you're Madhavendra Puri, right? for you. Kshirchor Gopinath ji, he actually stole the sweet rice for you. Yeah, you're so wonderful. Dandavat Pranam, they would just pay Dandavat obeisances to him. And he became so famous. Wherever he would walk, they would, all the hawkers and the people on the shopkeepers, they would invite him, come, 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 please have prasad in our house. Please take this. You're so wonderful. And they would just glorify him. And Madhavendra Puri started feeling uncomfortable. He felt that actually this fame, name and fame, profit, adoration, distinction, this is defined as subtle sex. This is defined. This is detrimental to my devotional service because it might make me arrogant. It didn't make him arrogant, but he felt there is a possibility of becoming arrogant by these praises. And so he wanted to leave from Ramuna to a place where he can perform his devotional service peacefully. For such great pure devotees, for us, if we try to compare, we are nowhere. If someone says something good about us, we say, yeah, please, more. Can you tell me more? What else? What else do you like about me?
Oh, that's all you know? You don't know anything. Come, I'll tell you more about you. Come sit.
But great devotees, they consider even praise as a form of, they tolerate praise. Even spiritual masters, gurus, during Vyasa Puja, when the disciples are praising the spiritual master in their hearts, they're just sitting, and as a service, they are tolerating hearing their own praises because the devotee does not like that. And so, in this way, Madhavendra Puri is such a great, wonderful devotee that we should pray to him. Please give us this purity in devotional service, this sincerity in devotional service, that we can identify and go away from the distractions, anything that distracts us from devotional service, and express our surrender to the Lord by doing things favorable for devotional service and not doing things unfavorable for devotional service. Anukulasya sankalpa, pratikulasya varjanam. This is one of the first two ways of surrender. Sharanagati. Srila Madhavendra Puri ki jai.
So when the spiritual master on Vyasa Puja day, when they accept the praises, when they are getting all the praises from the disciples, and sometimes even their own God brothers, God sisters, what do? They do not keep anything for themselves. They pass it on to their Guru Parampara. So this is how we understand that this is a very, very special day today, the disappearance day of Srila Madhavendra Puripad. That, and on this very special day, in Shantipur, Srila Advaita Acharya Prabhu would organize, to distribute Khichdi Prasad to all the people around Shantipur. And that festival is continued till today, the legacy of Srila Advaita Acharya Prabhu, celebrating the disappearance day of his spiritual master, where he would personally cook Khichdi Prasad. He would make Khichdi and he would distribute it. He would call all the people around Shantipur and he would distribute to them Khichdi Prasad. So this is done every day, every year. On this day, Sri ISKCON Mayapur organizes this festival. And today is a very, very, very big festival in Shantipur, where Mayapur devotees, they go to Shantipur and they feed thousands upon thousands and thousands of devotees. And it is said that anybody, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu gave this blessing that anybody who participates anybody who picks up the plates, anybody who serves, anybody who helps in cooking, anybody who helps in serving, anybody who helps in cleaning up the plates of the Shantipur festival, anybody just who hears about the Shantipur festival is guaranteed Krishna Prem, is guaranteed Gauranga Prem. This is the benediction given personally by Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So today, let us meditate on Sri Madhavendra Puripad and try to make some khichdi prasad and offer it to our deities on behalf of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu and distribute that khichdi prasad to some devotees, some of our neighbors. That way, we can also in our minds, we can be participating in this Shantipur festival of Sri Advaita Acharya, glorifying Srila Madhavendra Puripad. Hari Bol.
So then, coming back to Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad, it's described how the Lord serves his beloved devotees. Whenever Vishwambhar, the Lord, met anyone on the street, he would just always speak with great affection. When he went for his early morning bath to the Ganges, he met all of the Vaishnava devotees on the way. He saw Srivas Thakur. He would offer his obeisances. And then, being very pleased with his behavior, all the devotees, they would just bless him. May you develop unflinching devotion to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Always chant Lord Krishna's name and only hear his glories. Everything becomes auspicious and successful when one worships the Supreme Lord Krishna. Without devotional service to his lotus feet, physical beauty, learning, high birth, everything is useless. Because Krishna is the Supreme Father, life and soul of everyone. And then he would say, your blessings, my dear Vaishnavas, carry the weight of real truth. Who other than the devotees will bless me with such verse to receive this devotional attachment to the Lord's lotus feet? No one blesses it that way. Everyone is paradukha sukhi in this material world. They are happy to hear someone else suffering. At best, they would say, oh, that suffering should not happen to you. It's a very selfish way, but devotees, they want supreme happiness for everyone. So they always bless. That's why Lord Chaitanya says that who other than devotees can bless like this? And then he would glorify the Vaishnavas just for blessing. This is something we can learn from Lord Chaitanya. When someone blesses us, we should accept it gratefully, understanding we don't deserve it, but also reciprocate by glorifying the person who is giving us the blessings. Elevated devotees like yourselves, the Lord said, are capable of granting devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And Krishna is very pleased and showers his mercy upon those who serve his devotees. It is due to my great fortune that you are teaching me the process of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And I know now, I have full faith, I will become attached. I can become attached to the lotus feet of the Lord if I can only serve pure devotees like yourselves. And then in reciprocation of those blessings, the Lord would just fall down and catch the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas. He would render service to them. How? Menial service. He would sometimes rinse and wring people's wet clothing.
In the ghat.
In the
in Ganga.
Sometimes he would see someone's dhoti, on the ghat, he would start folding it. Such menial service. Amanina manadena, in the mood of giving all respect to others, but expecting run in return. He wasn't hoping that if he does that, people will come, oh, you're so humble, you're so nice. And therefore they will offer praise. He was not expecting that. He would just fold the dhotis, keep it nicely, go away. And then the devotee would come back and said, who rinsed my clothes? Who folded this dhoti? No one would know. But the Lord would just like to serve. Service was the reward in itself. Sometimes he brought the mud from river Ganga for some devotee.
Which was used by devotees to either, Ganga mud is also used like for soap, and after bath, it is used for putting tilak. So for both purposes, Gauranga Mahaprabhu would carry the mud for them and give it to them in that way. Some days, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu would carry something very heavy for someone while they're coming back from the market, and he would assist them and bring that heavy item to their home and deliver it to their home. Although the Vaishnavas, they would protest very mildly, why, Vishwambhar, why are you doing this for the Lord? In his menial service attitude, to set an example for all generations to follow, he would continue to serve the Vaishnavas very, very menially. In this way, the Lord would serve his own devotees, performing various kinds of chores and errands for them.
And this shows, even though such services that he was doing to the Vaishnavas looked mundane, sometimes we feel, well, service to Vaishnavas means, you can serve them prasad, that's related to Krishna. You can help them in their service, maybe arti or preaching or something. You can help them in their devotional service to Krishna. That seems appropriate. But helping in their personal service, that's very mundane. Offering praises, am I not serving their ego of the Vaishnavas rather than assisting them in their service to Krishna? But Lord Chaitanya, by his example, has squashed all those doubts. It's not just that we assist devotees in their service to Krishna, that we should, but also menial service to please the Vaishnavas in whatever way. Offering gifts, giving charity, just folding clothes, just washing pots for them. That is also considered actually to be one of the highest services. Make prasad for some devotee, keep a plate for them, just make them happy.
So thus the Supreme Personality of Godhead was serving his own devotees. He was personally, yad yad acharati shreshthas tat tat evetarojana. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that whatever great men do, common men follow. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us by example how to serve the Vaishnavas, which is the highest form of worship. So whoever desires to take shelter of Krishna and to serve Krishna must menially serve his pure devotees, Krishna's pure devotees.
He was just running errands for devotees. That is something of a menial service. And in this way, with deep gratitude, he would reciprocate with Vaishnava's blessings so that it can increase one's own attachment to Krishna's lotus feet. Then the Lord would extremely feel joyful to receive their blessings. And as he began to contemplate on the words of the devotees, the suffering that they were experiencing, he felt some anger rising within him, a desire to punish the atheistic society.
Because some of the Vaishnavas, when they would offer their blessings to Nimai, they would also say, look how these people, they are telling all bad things about the Vaishnavas. They are ridiculing the Vaishnavas. So when Nimai would hear these things, that how the devotees are getting verbally abused, Mahaprabhu would not be able to tolerate that.
And these criticisms that the atheists would do of devotees, he would not like that. So he roared angrily, repeating, I shall destroy them. I shall destroy them. I am him. I am him. And these conflicting emotions took hold of the Lord. Sometimes he would laugh. Sometimes he cried. Sometimes he just fell unconscious. And sometimes he felt like beating and destroying the atheists. These were pure spiritual emotions.
So when Mother Saci would see these kind of transformations in her beloved son, she would get so confused. She was always in great anxiety. She was thinking that did some disease attack my little Nimai? What is wrong with him? Mother Saci felt nothing but affection for her son, but she was very, very affected by the peculiar transfer. Sometimes he would laugh, sometimes he's crying. She would not be able to understand. She would, whenever she would meet with everyone, she would ask, she would tell about her thing that, she would say that, you see, Krishna, he has already taken away my husband, my elder son, Vishwaroop. Everyone is gone. I only have this little Nimai. And look how he is behaving. His actions are perplexing me. Sometimes he's laughing, sometimes he's crying, and other times he's going unconscious. He's not recognizing sometimes neither me nor his wife. And sometimes he's yelling out, I will break the heads of those atheists. What is wrong with my son? What is this? Sometimes he runs into a tree and he climbs into the branches. Then suddenly he just closes his eyes and he falls down to the ground. Sometimes he clasps his hands on his body. Then falling down, he's just rolling on the dust. I don't know what to do. So she just used to tell her sadness to everyone in Nadia, whoever she would meet. And then she would simply pray to Lord Govinda, taking complete shelter of him. So then she would send people to even Srivas Thakur's house, requesting them to come here, come to her house and see what is the condition of her beloved son Nimai.
Because she knew devotees are assembling at Srivas Thakur's house, and Vishwambhar is experiencing these devotional ecstasies. Maybe the devotees can help, the Vaishnavas can help my son. So one day Srivas Pandit came to visit the Lord on the request of Mother Saci. And Vishwambhar immediately got up enthusiastically, greeted him with great respect. And on seeing this pure devotee of the Lord, Vishwambhar's ecstatic emotions just increased. And as Srivas Pandit was circumambulating Tulasi Devi before entering the house, the Lord, just seeing that devotional service and attitude of Srivas Thakur, he started manifesting those ecstatic symptoms. He was crying, he was shaking, he was shivering, and then he fell down unconscious. Then when he came back to the external consciousness, he again began crying and shaking uncontrollably. And Srivas Pandit, when he saw these devotional manifestations of ecstasy, he thought, these are actually symptoms of the highest spiritual ecstasy, of love of God. Foolish people, they misunderstand. And sometimes they think this is due to a wind disorder in the body. Because the Vayu element in the body has gone to the head, and it's creating all these different kinds of emotions. And then when the Lord came out of these ecstatic emotions, he said to Srivas Pandit, "Oh, it is you, Pandit? What do you think of my condition? Some people are suggesting that maybe I should be chained and kept bound because I'm suffering from a terrible wind disease, which is creating all these different transformations in my body. What do you think?" Srivas Pandit smiled. He said, "Well, if this is because of the wind, I also want to be attacked by the same wind that is causing this disorder in you.
Hari Hari Bol.
If this is because of a ghost, I also want the same ghost. Actually, I see these as signs of great spiritual ecstasy, of love of Godhead in you. In fact, you have been favored by Krishna's mercy." Listening to this, the Lord became very relieved, very happy to hear this from Srivas Pandit. He embraced him affectionately. And Srivas Pandit said, "Let's come together and glorify Krishna's holy name. Let's not care about these criticisms of these atheists and sinners." And then Srivas Pandit said to Mother Saci, "Cast your sorrows away. Your son does not suffer from any wind disorder. I will tell you positively, These symptoms are due to highest love of Krishna.
Haribo.
And then Srivas Pandit left the house. Lord Chaitanya returned home, leaving behind a pacified, relieved Mother Saci.
Haribo. So from next week onwards, we will see how the Lord received the invitation from Srivas to come to his house. And from now, the nocturnal kirtans, the beautiful kirtans, the wonderful devotional gatherings at Srivas Angan will be discussed from next week onwards. And before that, we have Sri Gaura Purnima. So we will be having a very, very wonderful celebration on Sunday. So please stay tuned to announcements coming in all the WhatsApp groups, and on Facebook we will be posting about what is coming up on Sunday. So please stay tuned for the excitement during Sri Gaura Purnima.
Ekhane rohila grantha Amrita lahari badan bhore ekbar bolo hari 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 hari.
Hari, hari.
Whoever hears these wonderful narrations of the ecstasy of Lord Chaitanya, it is said they will be able to drown in the nectarian ocean of the bliss of love of Sri Gaurasundar Bhagavan ki Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna. So now we'll just chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, praying for all devotees and praying for all of the families that we have regularly been praying for. We'll continue to pray for all of them, and we also pray for people in general. We know that many things are happening in the world today around us. So may Lord Nrsingadev continue to keep all of us in his transcendental protection.
Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Acharya Nirvishesha Shunyavani Paschatya Vishwatani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Jai Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki,
Jai. Shri Shantipur Mahamahotsav ki Jai. Srila Madhavendra Puri Pad ki Jai. Srila Advaita Gosai ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
So we can look at the quiz questions for today and then open up for questions and comments. First, how would Srila Gaur Mohan Dey chant his 16 rounds? Second, what was the special dream that Srila Advaita Acharya had?
Third, who is the spiritual master of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu? Who originally installed the deity of Srinathji in Vrindavan? Where is the deity of Srinathji presently worshipped?
Fifth, why did Sri Madhavendra Puri want to taste the kheer and why was he remorseful? Why is Gopinath known as Khirchor Gopinath?
Seventh, why did Sri Madhavendra Puri leave Ramuna instead of staying back? What is the right way to receive praise?
What is the significance of Shantipur festival? What is the benediction given by Lord Chaitanya to anyone who participates in the Shantipur festival? 10th, how would Lord Chaitanya menially serve the Vaishnavas?
11th, why was Mother Saci worried? And how did Srivas Pandit pacify Mother Saci? Fantastic questions, Divyangi and Prem Vikas Prabhu. Thank you so much.
So we can open the lines for questions. Garima?
Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Beta.
Danwad Pranam.
Dandavat.
Shri Prabhupada and Gurudev. I really liked your class today. It was really fun and I love the pastimes about Madhavendra Puri and the Kechur Gopinath. I knew a little bit of the story, but now you have told the story. Like I knew the whole thing now. Like And you're very gentle. I love this class today. I have a question. So when like some people they put Ganga mud as a tilak, so I've also heard they put Radha Kund tilak. So do we put also Yamuna tilak?
Yes, there are some devotees who do put tilak from the Yamuna also. Actually, if you go to Brahmanda Ghat, if you go to the place of Brahmanda Ghat, they actually sell the, because Thakurji ne Bahaki miti khai thi. Thakurji, Lala, Krishna, he ate the mud from Brahmanda Ghat. So that Brahmanda Ghat tilak is available in Brahmanda Ghat. They sell it there.
But it is recommended that we use Gopi Chandan. And that's
what we use as tilak.
Srila Prabhupada would use, and he recommended that. So following that, we always use Gopi Chandan. And but we respect the other kinds of tilak as well. But we personally wear Gopi Chandan in ISKCON.
Yeah, and when we go to these places, we of course put them on our head, and we can, honor the tilak in that sense. So, and when you go to take bath in the Ganga, when you take bath in the Jamuna, that's the best kind of mud pack for the body, Ganga mud. Very
Okay,
nice.
so I have went to Vrindavan few times. Even last year I went. So when I go on Vrindavan next year or a few years, I will try to get some mud from the Ganga or Yamuna.
Wonderful. Yes.
Mataji, but in Vrindavan, I have seen so many people having the black tilak and they say it's Radha Kund and Sham Kund.
Yes, they do. They do. Sometimes Brajbasis, devotees in Vrindavan, they do wear. But as Prabhu said, that we follow Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada recommended that we wear Gopi Chandan tilak. So we wear that. And sometimes, occasionally, many devotees also, they wear, those tilak just to honor sometimes, Radha Kund, Sham Kund, special days, you can do that. And but Gopi Chandan is the recommended standard.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Mataji, I want to show the jewelry. So this and wait.
You have to take it closer to
These both.
Wonderful.
So, both are for my little deities. These necklaces.
Very nice.
And these are the bracelets. Yeah, there's two more, but these are the bracelets for the deities.
So you're all in full preparation for Gaur Purnima.
And this is the anklets of the big deities.
Wonderful.
I'm just showing you two, but there is four. And these are the little anklets for the little deities.
Oh, so sweet.
And these are the big ones for the big deities. Yeah.
Very, very pretty, beta. Very, very nice.
She been working. We both been sitting together past 5-6 days. They are very excited for Gaur Purnima.
Hari bol. That's our new year. It is our new year. Gauramrita.
It feels more better like a Mahaprabhu house.
Okay, you have a question you want to ask, Mataji Prabhuji, quickly? Yes, ask.
Do you step on Govardhan Hill?
Do you step on Govardhan Hill? Well, this Prabhuji, he is Brajbasi, so he's allowed to step. Only those who are Brajbasis, they have the permission to step on Govardhan Hill. But Srila Prabhupada said not to. So
even Lord Chaitanya.
Lord Chaitanya. Huh?
So do we step?
No, we should not step.
So if we become a Rajavasi, then we can step on Govardhan.
Why do you want to step on Govardhan? We should have Govardhan on our head. No?
Yeah.
Not on the feet.
It's just
on our head.
I'm not grown up like you yet.
No, he said.
You can take small Giriraj. Small Giriraj and put on your head, okay?
Okay.
But I'm mastered.
Calm down.
I'm mastered.
Okay, you're not
Okay.
Prabhuji. You are Prabhuji. Prabhuji can put Giriraj on their head, okay?
Okay.
We are still working on the nursing waves jewelry. And I will show you my baldi.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I will send you all the jewelry of my deities, and also I will
You have to
send
move
you
your
the
fingers away.
deities
Move your
on Gaur
fingers.
Purnima.
Okay. Krishna
Okay.
only Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So nice.
Jagannath, I lost it.
Very nice, beta. Very nice.
Okay.
And Dina,
Okay. Bus.
distant.
Okay. That's his coloring paint. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Very nice, Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bus.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anjali, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe.
Okay.
Thank you so much for these divine pastimes, teaching us so much about the importance of all the places and these beautiful pastimes, which we were so illiterate about it. We just didn't know anything. Looking at the enthusiasm of little Krishna and Garima just makes me speechless. Dandavat pranam to both of these. These are, ऐसा लगता है सच्ची में इतने pure souls, pure devotees. And both of you also, we should glorify both of you also. You are like, God sent messengers, Bhai and Bhavi from over here. So you are just teaching us so much,
All mercy.
like we should have one session only for all the devotees feel like you are giving us so much of services and we should speak for both of you only. So we should have one session only that we just speak and glorify both of you. Just now you only told us that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also set us the example to glorify the pure devotees, and
Yes,
we should also
pure
get that
devotees.
chance.
You should
So you
glorify
are.
pure devotees. We are not.
No, you are. You ask
serve
any
all of you.
devotees, and I think so they will tell.
Lord Chaitanya has put an example that we should serve all of you,
Menially.
not be served ourselves. That
थोड़ा सा तो हमको भी like to serve you, how we will serve you. I always wonder.
You're
all serving in us in so many different ways by blessing us, giving us this opportunity to speak about Lord Chaitanya. That opportunity to serve itself is the biggest service you are providing us.
We are so grateful for this wonderful family.
You're hearing
We
so
are very grateful. Thank you so much for your humbleness and it just teaches me every day, teaches me so many new things, like like it just keeps us grounded also, looking at your humbleness and politeness and your unconditional love and service. Thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Please pray that we can
Shashat Koti Pranam,
service and
looking at
without any restriction in ISKCON and outside.
Please bless us, pray for us.
Yeah, we will also ask you to bless us, and ours is always there, And on 28th is Holi, also Krishna's famous, like unka priya hai Tuhar. So it is like in Vrindavan we used to play like that Phoolon ki Holi in Barsana and every day.
Barsana is
Latmar Holi, correct. I've never seen, I've just heard about it because the parents never allowed us to go. So, but that Kesar Holi, we have seen that Phoolon ki Holi in Banke Bihari temple. Yeah, but it's so beautiful, so much of this, but so much of rush also. So it's beautiful. So much of devotees. So, and thank you for everything. So now we have also in India a time of breaking a fast.
Hari
So we
Bol.
just do it. Hari Bol. And thank you for telling us. I'll make khichdi definitely and serve to my Lord today. So he
Yes.
will be so happy. Thank you for teaching us so many new things, which I never knew. And please do take good care of yourself, your throat.
Yes.
So
Yes,
please do take care.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for these fun stutis, I just always just wait for the thing, for the stuti, and I become so emotional hearing them always. As you had rightly said last class, that we just take it because they're giving so easily to us. So thank you so much for everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you loads. Thank you. Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, if not, we can end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gauramrita ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Beautiful lecture and beautiful pastimes and beautiful kirtan. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Prabhuji, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Gauranga Prabhu.
Thank you, Janeshwar Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji Prabhuji, koti Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for your session.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Take care of your health, both of you. Take care.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Prabhu.
thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.